Hey, Jeff here with Digital Trends to give you a quick look at the new Nokia Lumia 710. This is just out on T-Mobile in January, and it's kind of Nokia's first new entrant into the US market for at least the smartphone market for some time. It runs Windows Phone 7.5. Nokia is kind of partnered exclusively with Microsoft for Windows Phone. And this is the first device out of probably many that will start hitting the US. The Nokia Lumia 800 is already available unlocked, and the Nokia Lumia 900, which is a more premium phone, a larger screen, will be available on T-Mobile in March. We expect more handsets will be announced pretty soon. But anyway, this phone, it's a budget phone, only about 40 bucks with a 2-year contract starting out. And you kind of pay for that a little, not in the specs. Internally, it's pretty much very similar to the others. 1.4 gigahertz single core processor. I'm sorry. Half a gigabyte of RAM, pretty standard. Doesn't come with a front-facing camera, which is a shame. Rear camera does okay, not the best, but for a cheaper phone, it does pretty well. Show you size-wise compared to the Galaxy Nexus here. This is the Android phone to have if you're in that ecosystem. I'll show you side by side there. So it's not particularly fat or completely unappealing. It is a lot smaller. This is a 3.7-inch screen. You'll also notice the screen is a little more washed out. I don't know if you can tell in here. That's because the Galaxy Nexus uses AMOLED screen technology, which has kind of deeper blacks and more vivid color. This uses LCD, which does alright, and if we had never seen AMOLED, it would look great to us. And if you want, AMOLED has its strengths. You can actually... One thing AMOLED's not good at is displaying whites and bright colors. And you can actually modify the look of this phone to whatever you want, being a Windows phone. So you can make it look completely different if you want. This comes in white, a white front too, which would look particularly good with a white background. Yeah, other than that, Nokia is kind of going to be the handset maker to go to for Windows Phone, it looks like. They have a free turn-by-turn navigation app called Nokia Drive that uses their map systems. As you can see, it's not nearly as good looking as Google Maps or Google turn-by-turn navigation that's free with Android phones. But this is free, and it's something that the iPhone still doesn't have, a good turn-by-turn navigation for free. And Windows Phone didn't until this. So it's a good start. As far as the handset itself, it's plastic construction, rubberized back here. The shell is removable. You can pull that right off. It's easy to hold, good size, 3.7 inches. Almost anybody, a girl, people with smaller hands could hold this and use it. It's got a little bit of a lip here which helps you hold on to it. The only problem we had with it was the buttons. There's a lot. The navigation buttons here are actual physical buttons that you press. They're usually haptic touch on phones like this, but it's a budget phone, that's okay. So they're just a little hard to press. Not a whole lot. The volume key is similar. Same goes for the camera button there. The power button is also a little small. It's easier to press than the others, which is good, but it's a little small. Audio jack's up here, USB. There's no micro SD as well, so it's got 8 gigabytes of internal memory. That's all you're going to get, which is pretty consistent with most phones. We showed you Nokia Drive. It also comes with ESPN, which is an exclusive Windows Phone app. Nokia Windows Phone app, I'm sorry. You see that? and it also comes with app highlights. Nokia has a music app, but apparently it has not been approved for the US yet. So here's the app highlights. This just highlights some different apps that you should want, that Nokia thinks you should download from the Windows Phone Marketplace. A lot of them are very good suggestions too. So a useful, if a little bit limited app. This runs Windows 7.5 Mango, so it's got all those upgrades like Local Scout, which will suggest things in your local area. And yeah, that's a kind of a quick look at the Nokia Lumia 710.